Welcome to Statistronics. My name is Dr. Tuane. In continuation of our series on demand and supply equilibrium, today we want to look at equilibrium in two markets. Remember, we told you previously, if you haven't seen that video, please do well to check our previous video. We told you that the equilibrium in demand and supply is obtained where quantity demanded is equal to what? Quantity supplied. We're able to show you the graph and then the points of equilibrium, the equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity. However, today we want to compute equilibrium in two related markets. Now, let us look at this particular problem. If you are given these equations and you are asked to compute equilibrium in two markets, then how do we go about solving such problem? Now, let's look at this instance. In the first market, call it market 1, we are given that quantity demanded is equal to 85 plus 13 PB minus PP. And then our quantity supply giving us 31 plus 15 PB. Now, in the second market, let's call it market 2. We are also given that quantity demanded is equal to 88 plus 2 PB minus 10 PP. And then we are also given that QS is equal to minus 50 plus 13 PP. Now, we are given this set of equations, or demand and supply equations, from two related markets. This is market 1, and this is market 2. Now, note that this is quantity demanded. So, we are given that quantity demanded is equal to 85 plus 13 PB. PB is price of beef minus PP, which is a price of pork. We are considering two markets, the beef market and also the pork market. And then this is QS, quantity supply in that first market is equal to 31 plus 15 price of beef. Now in the second market, we are given that QD. Now in the second market, we are given that QD is equal to 88 plus 2 price of beef minus 10 price of pork. And while our quantity supply is equal to minus 50 plus 13 price of pork. Okay, now the question is calculate the equilibrium price and quantities in the two markets. Compute the quantity demanded in the first market, the quantity supply in the first market, quantity demanded in the second market, and also quantity supply in the second market. Now to do that, we'll start by, first of all, looking for equilibrium in the first market. And for us to get the equilibrium in the first market, we are going to use the condition for equilibrium. And our condition for equilibrium is that we'll say from market 1, equilibrium is obtained where quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. That's our point of equilibrium in the first market. Therefore, now we'll have this QD in the first market is 85 plus 13 PB minus PP. And we are told that that is equal to QS. So it will be equal to, now what is our QS? We have 31 plus 15 PB. Okay, so all we need to do now is to collect like terms. So we are arranging this equation by collecting like terms. So the first one will make the unknown, we'll put it on the left and then take the known to the right. So the first thing we'll have here will be 13 PB. And now let's look at any term containing PB. Yes, there is one here. Plus 15 PB. So it will cross to this other side to be what? Minus 15 PB. And then the next we have is minus PP. Any other term containing PP? No. So we'll have equal to, and after equality sign we have 31. What other constant do we have? 85. So 85 will cross equality sign to the other side and will be minus 85. So that 13 PB minus 15 PB will be minus 2 PB. That is price of beef. Minus our PP will be equal to 31 minus 85 will be minus 54. So we now have minus 2 PB minus PB is equal to minus 54. So we can multiply the whole of this equation by minus 1 so that this times minus 1 will be equal to minus 1 times this will be 2 price of beef minus 1 times this will be plus price of pork is equal to minus 1 times minus 54 will be 54. And the whole of that, we want to call that our equation 1. So from the first market, we have been able to get equation 1. Now, from the second market, let's do it this way. From the second market, call it MKT2 at equilibrium. At equilibrium, our quantity demanded will be equal to quantity supplied. Now, what is our quantity demanded in the first market? We have 88. So this is 88 plus 2 PB minus 10 PP. And that is equal to QS. What is QS in the second market? We have minus 50 plus 13 PP. Okay? So at this point, we also have to collect like terms. And for us to collect like terms and arrange this equation, we start with this. So we have 2 PB. Another term containing PB? No. So now the next one will be minus 10 PP, which is this another term containing PP. Yes, we have 13 PP. So this plus 13 PP will cross to this other side to be minus 13 PP. Then that will be equal to, after equality sign, we have minus 50. And then this is another constant term here, 88. Plus 88 will cross equality sign and will become minus 88. So that this will be 2 PB minus 10 PP minus 13 PP will be minus 23 PP. And that will be equal to minus 50 minus 88 will be minus 138. And let's call that our equation 2. Okay? Now, all we need to do now is to solve equation 1 and 2 simultaneously. So what is our equation 1? Equation 1 from what we have here is 2PB plus PP is equal to 54. Equation 2 is 2PB minus 23 PP is equal to minus 138. Equation 2 and equation 1. Now, when we have this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. We can solve this simultaneously. It's interesting to note that the coefficient of P here is 1. And so we can easily make this the subject. So PP will now be equal to 54 minus 2 PB. And if we substitute that here, we can easily get the value of PB. We can also use elimination. We can use the Cramer's rule. If we use the Cramer's rule, it's just to write the coefficients and then write it in augmented matrix and then use our Cramer's rule to obtain the value. But by virtue of the fact that the coefficient of PB is 2 and the coefficient of PB here is also 2, it will be easiest to use elimination. And if we are to use elimination, let's do this, that we are subtracting equation, uh, we are subtracting equation 2 from 1. It means this minus this will be equal to 0. Okay? 2PB minus 2PB will be equal to 0. And by so doing, we have eliminated PB. Now, PP minus 23 PP will be minus will be plus. So we'll have 24 PP. And that will be equal to 54 minus 130. Because see what we are having, it will be 54 minus, and we have minus 138. So which will be 54 plus 138. And that will give us what? 192. So if that is equal to 192, then it will mean that our PP will be equal to 192 divided by the coefficient of this PP, which is 24. And that will be equal to what? 8. So the equilibrium price of pork is equal to 8. Now, if we have this as 8, all we need to do is to substitute the value of 8 in either of these equations. So if we say, if we substitute the value of, we say PP equal to 8 in, say, equation 1. In equation 1, then we have 2PB plus PP is equal to 54. Is it not? Which means that 2PB plus, we have obtained PP as 8. So plus 8 will be equal to 54. So 2PB will be equal to, we have 54. This will cross to be minus 8. Of course, it was plus here. So crossing to the other side, it will be minus 8. So that our 2PB will be equal to 46. So PB will be equal to 46 divided by 2, which is 23. So the equilibrium prices are PP is 8 and our PB is 23. Now, we have obtained the equilibrium prices. The next to do is to get the values of quantity demanded and quantity supply in the first market, quantity demanded and quantity supply in the second market. And so to do that, we will so the next thing will be to substitute the values of PB and PB in the first market. So our QD will be equal to, now we have 85 plus 13 PB minus PP. So that our QD will be equal to 85 plus 13. Our PB is 23, is it not? Minus our PP is 8. So that our QD, quantity demanded, will be equal to 85 plus 13 times 23 will be 299 minus 8, going to give you 376. Now, let's look at the quantity supplied in the first market. So, QS in the first market is equal to, we have 31 plus 15 PB, and that will be equal to 31 plus 15. Our PB we computed as what? 23. Right? So this will be equal to 31 plus 15 times 23 is equal to 3, 4, 5. And if you add this, it's going to give you 376. Okay? So you can see that the equilibrium quantity demanded in the first market is 376, and the equilibrium quantity supplied in the first market is also 376. Okay? Now, let's look at the equilibrium quantity demanded in the second market. So in the second market, our QD is equal to, we have 88 plus 2PB minus 10PP. So this is equal to 88 plus 2. Our PB is 23 minus 10. Our PP is 8. So this will be 88 plus 2 times 23 will be 46 minus 10 times 8 will be 80. So that this will be equal to 54. Okay, that's the equilibrium quantity demanded in the second market. Now, what's the equilibrium quantity supply in the second market? Our QS is equal to minus 50 plus 13 PP, which will be equal to minus 50 plus 13. Our PP is 8, which will be equal to minus 50 plus 13 times 8 will be equal to 104. So minus 50 plus 104 is equal to 54. So you can see the equilibrium quantity demanded in the first market is 54, and also equilibrium quantity supply in the second market is also 54. Okay. Thank you for your time. If you have any question, feel free to hit the comment section. We want to plead with you to share our videos with your friends and relatives and those your colleagues you know will need. Please subscribe to our channel, like our videos so that we'll be able to do more of these videos for you. Thank you, and God bless you.